Yeah, I know she supports one of my competitors, and I've never heard anything bad about him or anything like that. He pushes a lot of foreign gold. The only thing I didn't understand is he does one of these things where, you send your money to me in from the 1st to the 12th, and I'm not sure of the exact dates, and I'm just tapping my memory here, but it's like you send us your money the 1st of the month and, to the 12th of the month, and then I'll go make a big silver buy, and I think it's mainly in silver. Then I'll go make a big silver buy, saving you money due to the volume that I can buy, and then I'll ship you in a couple of weeks. And it's just like, folks don't ever fall into those programs because, really, you don't get a lot of discounts from volume. Wholesale,
especially in bullion,
especially in silver. There's
there you go.
Not enough in it. So it's just
what is your markup? 2%?
It's pretty small, about that. So
so he can't do that. Whoever he is, that's not a true story. She's being taken in.
So what you're doing is, he's playing with your money for 2 weeks. And I'm not saying I don't know the truth, but this is what it seems like to me. I don't want to get into any hot water. But it seems to me that someone like that was, they're playing with your money for a couple of weeks, and then they're still waiting another couple of weeks to ship to you. So, if they just don't want to do minimum buys, they don't want to, sell anybody a roll of Silver Eagles or anything like that. So just stay aware. In fact, I know there's another place out there that does it's their own little precious metals 401, only they do it on a quarterly basis. We'll deduct it automatically from your credit card on a monthly basis, and at the end of the quarter, it's up to us to what product we buy for you and ship to you. So it's just like, how could they even get away with it? But I'll guarantee you they're very successful at it, because people get duped and think it's a really good idea. Hey, I can make smaller payments 3 times, once a month. It's automatically deducted from either my credit card or my bank account, and they send me product at 3 months. Well, my heavens, look what gold has done in 3 months. Look what coin prices have done in 3 months. So you would have been far better off buying a littler amount 3 months ago than waiting. And in the meantime, they get to play with your money for 3 months. So buy it, take delivery of it, and get it as quickly as you can. Is the Goldstone report, which deals with the United Nations fact-finding mission on the Gaza conflict, going to be buried so as not to offend Israel?
Aren't you going to answer that one?
Well, it's to you.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
It's to you.
Please read it again.
It's to the Golden Guru. I
heard golden, and all I could think of was the Golden Teen.
Oh. Is the Goldstone report, which deals with the United Nations fact-finding mission on the Gaza conflict, going to be buried so as not to offend Israel?
Probably. And Israel is very upset with the findings of the report. Israel lives in a make-believe world when it comes to their own aspirations. They've broken a lot of promises and agreements and treaties, and like they don't even exist. And I think that's tragic. And I think Israel, because of the greed of expansion, is putting themselves in harm's way, because if they were to attack Iran, they might be very successful, but there won't be an Israel left. And I had a letter I answered today from somebody in Israel to help them make some decisions, and I told them what they're doing is wrong and can only lead to terrible violence. And so I wouldn't worry about shekels and gold and silver. I'd worry about, am I going to be obliterated next month?
This has been from Bill. He just read the article from Daniel Essel entitled G20 Meeting in Scotland this week. about dumping the U.S. dollar, where he describes that the builders are planning to dump the U.S. dollar, causing a sudden devaluation of the U.S. dollar that would result in the sinking of the world economy through a chain reaction collapse of the entire world's financial system. He says, with this in mind, are Canadian treasuries still okay?
Yes, they are. But, you've got to have gold and silver coins first, and then you have to have gold and silver shares, and then that's followed in the wealth category by Canadian treasuries for those who want that sort of exposure.
Would a collapse force heavy margin selling?
Yes, but the way I see gold and silver shares is that the big hitters are not in the stocks. The institutions are only lightly represented in the stocks. And so you may have some professional selling, but very little. They are not being played. I mean, look how undervalued they are. So you're going to get margin selling, but you're not going to get the kind of margin selling that you saw almost 2 years ago. That's not going to happen again. So once the initial margin selling is over, they'll take off. They're going to be the only game in town.
And then this last question real quick, and it's, as we saw the $50 ounce for silver in 79, mainly due to the Hunt brothers concerning the market, there are many hundreds of billionaires, multi-billionaires, hedge funds, and so forth. Could another cornering be done by any of these?
Yes, it could, and it probably would be treated in the same manner. They would change the rules, and whoever had driven silver up or gold up, and they'd cheat them out of their gains, just like they did the Hunts. The Hunts didn't do anything wrong. He just bought all the silver. And Wall Street said, no, you can't do that. We'll get new rules. You only can go short, you can't go long. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I was there, I saw it.
And you're right, and you've been told, too, that, if there's any kind of shenanigans that looks even like someone's trying to do that, or if there's proper accounting, that supposedly the SEC comes in and really tries to prevent that from happening. So, don't know if that's true or false, but
SEC is part of the enemy.
Yes, 800-375-4188. While you're holding silver coins, give us a call. And complimentary forecast. We'll be back on Friday. Until then, be safe. Good night. God bless. Thank you, Bob.